is that time of the year where we sit down and we dive into some spooky stuff. We have Halloween quickly approaching. Either people go back to rewatch their favorite Halloween movies, read their favorite Halloween books, whatever the case may be, or however you celebrate Halloween and this month of spooky time. It is a perfect time to really just dive into some creepy stuff. And I felt like, what? I wanted to dive into some horror content. And I decided to sit down and give Shotgun Boy a read, because it's a series that's been on my radar for a while now, and ever since I really started talking about webtoons, I remember many were saying like, hey Chibi, you should give Sweet Home or Shotgun Boy, a try. You probably will definitely enjoy, the series, because it's just right up your alley, and I knew I would like it. I mean, just looking at the artwork alone before even diving into it, I was like, yeah, this looks like something I would love. I love the grim atmosphere, and the colors, the color palette in general just looks very eye-catching, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna like it when I do finally sit down and read it. So I sat down and I started to read Shotgun Boy. And just for some clarification, I have not read Sweet Home. Now, the reason why this is relevant is because apparently Sweet Home, which was written first by the same author that did Shotgun Boy that I'm currently talking about, apparently Sweet Home is actually a series that takes place after Shotgun Boy, and Shotgun Boy is a prequel. So yeah, just FYI. Now, going into this, I have no idea about the story of Sweet Home. Now, I'm probably gonna have people tell me like, Chibi, you probably really should read Sweet Home, especially if you're getting into Shotgun Boy, and I definitely will. After seeing just the visual representation of what I've read thus far from Shotgun Boy, I definitely want to read Sweet Home, because it's good. I really like what I've read so far. So, anyways, let's actually get into what Shotgun Boy is about, and also if it is actually worth your time. So, as you all know, I normally talk about, a isekai series, or fantasy series, but in this case, I take a different type of approach. I'm actually looking at a very creepy horror series that is just unsettling, but it's a unsettling part that really is engaging, because it's this mystery, this Lovecraftian horror mystery behind the scenes with the main entities throughout this series. So it kind of starts off like this. The first chapter, which is the prologue of the series, chapter 0, has our main male character Gyuhwan. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. He is someone that is continuously bullied. It just showcases our character in a setting in a classroom, and that he's picked on, and, he's the outcast of the class. And, no matter what he does, even if he decides to stand up for himself, most likely no one would stand up for him and help him out of the situation, and the bullying would just get worse and worse. You see that he's getting so stressed to the point where he's getting ideas in his head, and he's having dreams, like vivid dreams of those ideas, which just goes to show how long this bullying has been going on, and how horrific and how much of a, state it's having on his mental state. Like, for instance, he's just losing himself slowly. So that's kind of how we are opened up to Shotgun Boy. You're like, okay, is this series going to be about, him, Shotgun, and all that? But obviously there is a lot more going on here. We move over into chapter 1, and chapter 1 is pretty much our characters going on to this, field trip. They're going out in the middle of the forest or whatever, and they're just having kind of like a retreat. They're just, it's a little fun vacation for the entire class that is going there. And our MC, Gyuhwan, he is actually staying in the same room as his actual classroom bully. So he can't even escape his bully on a vacation. He has to deal with him and be in the same room with him when he goes to sleep at night. So there's multiple times to where he's obviously going to be bullied, and it's just going to be a very miserable experience from start to finish. And as, we have this plot going on with our main male character, behind the scenes, you have unsettling things stirring. You have it to where these eldritch creatures are slowly coming in and getting rid of individuals, like this girl right here I'm showing on the screen, and they're even swapping themselves out with it. For instance, taking over the girl's body and pretty much becoming like a body snatcher, and, hunting people down, etc. And eventually we move over into the auditorium scene, which reveals the entire plot of where these creatures, they're just harvesting all these characters for their brains. They want to eat their brains, or they want to, body snatch them and, live their lives. Like, you have some individuals that want to body snatch the rich, or some that want to body snatch the strong, etc. They have their different reasons, but overall, these creatures, they want to obtain a better life in their own way. So it showcases that the entities aren't necessarily dumb. They do have motive, they do have intelligence, they aren't just mindless brutes or, I guess Lovecraftian horror creatures. They do have some overall objective or end game, which, by the way, another thing we get to see about the entities is that they do care about their comrades, because when our main male character Gyuhwan appears to the auditorium with a shotgun, and he demonstrates that, he was able to take out a few, they instantly decide to retreat. And it shows that, there is some care amongst the group, that they don't want to thin their numbers, and that they don't want to just continuously lose people, and they decided to have a retreat and leave the auditorium. And this is kind of as far as I've gotten so far with Shotgun Boy, and I cannot wait to really sit down and read more. But the point I'm trying to get at is that it's really interesting, because the school outcast, the kid that was, bullied, is now technically the most prominent, I guess, spotlighted character, because he has the shotgun, he demonstrated his power to take out a few monsters, and then you have everybody looking at him like, wait, this kid, he brought a shotgun, and he obviously he was willing to shoot, and it's just like, this is kind of scary, because what does this necessarily mean? Was he gonna appear or whatever, and, those visions, were they gonna be, reality? So there's a lot of things going on. The kids are scared around him and all that, and, he doesn't want to let go of what he's currently holding on to, because he's just tired of being picked on left and right. So it's a really engaging story, very tense. There is a lot of tension within Shotgun Boy, and I gotta say, it's been a long time since I felt tension like that while reading a series, where I'm just like, holy crap, like, I'm at the edge of my seat, and I don't really know what's gonna happen, how far the series is gonna take it, etc. But it's certainly interesting, and I do wonder exactly if the creatures that are snatching these bodies can be reasoned with in any way, because like I said already in, my beginning opening of this video, is that, apparently this is a prequel to Sweet Home. And if I had to assume anything, I'm assuming maybe some of the creatures in Sweet Home are actually intelligent as well, and probably, actually maybe good. Maybe some of them are actually good and not all violent or evil. So I do wonder if there is potentially like an entity that might help our cast of characters out. And on top of that, what is actually in that shotgun? Because that's another thing to talk about, is that when the character shoots one of the creatures, even something that would just rip off, let's say, a hand, somehow can become very fatal for these entities. So it makes me believe that it's not necessarily the shotgun or just a gun in general that's wounding them, but maybe there's something in the bullets that are actually kind of like against their immunity, like it hurts them, like how silver bullets affect werewolves. If you know anything about, silver and all that, usually werewolves' critical weakness is silver bullets. And I wonder if it's something like that. Maybe like certain type of bullets or whatever that hits these creatures might actually just demolish them instantly. Now, I want to talk about the artwork for a few moments before I kind of wrap up the video. Artwork-wise, very impressive. I love the character expressions to the darker tones. I especially love the scene where our main male character had to make a very hard decision of like, does he, go along with what the bully wants and pretty much just like, yeah, I'll go and do something that could potentially get me in trouble, or does he deny him and just get ready to get pummeled? There's very interesting art style depictions of our characters, like just seeing the way they look, the way they smile in certain situations. It gives off a tone of creepiness, but also a tone of sadness and tragedy. I feel like this series really is excellent, and I now see why so many people have continuously praised Sweet Home and now Shotgun Boy for just how great it is. The writer definitely is impressive, and I definitely would probably give Junji Ito, I think I'm saying his name right, a run for his money in terms of horror aesthetic. And since I'm on the topic of our main male character being bullied and his facial expression about it, this character right here, the bully, I don't think I have hated a character as much as him as I have in a very long time. Like, truly, the writer is impressing me because it takes a lot of skill to make a character that, is interesting, but also that you hate. And I really hate this character. Not as, like, a writing style, but I just don't like the character because he's just such a jerk to our MC. I can't wait to see what our MC does against him in the upcoming chapters of, Shotgun Boy. But I guess that's about it. So if you are interested in reading Shotgun Boy, link is in the description and in the comments section if you're interested in, like I said, giving it a shot. No pun intended. But on top of that as well, if you do click on the links on that, it does help me out a lot, and I would definitely appreciate it. But I guess, though, that is about it. So if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified whenever I upload a video, please click the bell icon down below, because it does help me out a lot and allows you to get notified for whenever I upload content. And even if you don't want to hit it for me, at the very least hit it for the YouTubers that you do watch on a constant, because it does allow you to see their content in your feed. But okay guys, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.